Hello and welcome guys. In this video I will show you some progress of my Robotron, which is working and in a nice condition, right? I was so wrong. Alright guys, let's take a closer look at the cabinet. It doesn't look that bad. Yeah, we can see the marquee is looking a bit strange. It's a replacement. The speaker grill is wrong. There's some chrome mesh cover under it. The control panel overlay has some damage. We have the wrong buttons and the wrong joysticks. Yeah. The coin door looks a bit munched up. Somebody tried to squeeze in at the coin door buttons. And of course we have the holes from the lock bar, which I want to cover up again. Yeah, the counter numbers, they are quite high. The cash box had some lock bar too, one through the wood and one through the metal. And this metal plates are all around the bottom, and one was already gone and the other at the left side metal bracket was going to lift. So I was curious, took a closer look what's the status of the wood down there, and it's in rough shape, and maybe the metal was just to cover it up to looks nice. They were glued and screwed to the wood frame. The side art is a vinyl. It looks okay so far. And for the first time now, I will keep it this way. The back door, you can see the top back door is missing. The wooden brackets are damaged all around the back door. The bottom back door is brittle. It's in bad condition. It's also warped. And the hinges are mounted wrong, one of them just to keep the door closed. At least I have the original ISO transformator, but a Chinese 19-in-1 PCB and a aftermarket power supply. On my step-down converter, you can see the game is running, the marquee light is up, and the PCB is booting right into Robotron. I had to coin up. We are using the cable, shorting the cables together. But the game works. Every joystick is working. That was the first test for me. Unscrewing the metal bracket to see what's underneath, you can already see some glue and some Bondo work. And the guy who did it before, just he didn't glued the broken wood parts together. He just put some Bondo above it, over it. And with the metal bracket, you don't see this damage anymore. And yeah, for a Barcade, this was a former Barcade cap. In the dark area maybe it was okay, but every corner, everything is broken so far, also the other front side, as you can see now. I've bought some wooden round rods, cut them, put them into the holes. I have to glue them in, except the metal one. Here I will search for a coin door screw and put it in. Removing the front bracket reveals the real severe damage. As you can see now, everything is rotten, breaking off, swollen from some water damage, and I want to know how high is the wood in a bad condition. It's only the bottom part, and I've seen this on many other Williams caps online. Removing the chrome metal grid, you have guessed it, we have a broken speaker grill, which is made of plastic. I have to check for a replacement in the States. The side art so far, only on the corner here, the glue is getting off, but that's okay for me so far. the bottom side, all leg levelers are bent and in a bad condition. Yeah, I have to replace them. Here you see the sideboard, which needs a lot of work. The other side doesn't look better. Yeah, but it's fixable so far. Coming to the side walls, I have glued and clamped them together and I've waited over a day just to the glue should fix everything. The front side I will have to cut it out, it's too much gone, it's worse. And the other side I've done the same with the glue and clamping, and I have done it in many steps, I think 3 or 4 times, step by step. Here you can see there's still something off, which has to get glued together. Yeah. Okay, fixing up the front section, I have to cut off the damaged area, which I used different tools and knocked everything out. Here's a different view for a cutout. I have already tried a replacement for a test fit. I had to mind the gap which I used or cut with a router. And you call them wooden dowels. I've used them to fortify the new plank to fit it inside this gap, and it's not only held together by some glue. I've put in the new wood plank and it's really well inside, it's really stiff. Between the gap I've put some wood glue into it just to re-strengthen everything, but there is still a gap beside the side wall and the new replacement, which I will fill with Bondo. But overall I'm very happy. This is the first time I've done such operation. And it's Bondo time again. I've put a lot of Bondo at the side walls, at the new section, and every wooden dowel I have glued in. It looks really rough and I have to get more practice bondoing things like this. I have too much breaks in my repair, but everything so far is ready for sanding down. These are the 2 different belt sanders I'm using. The blue one is a very cheap one from the discounter, but since I just use it as a hobby tool, it does the job, it's fine so far. I think I'm using 80 grit sandpaper right now. I can't remember exactly, but everything's going fine so far. And for the rough section, for some straights, I will use the other tool, which I will show you in a second. Okay, here's the second tool I'm using. I love it when I have to sand around corners or edges because of the straight sandpaper, and it's small, and I've seen it on a Japanese automotive repair YouTube channel here, and I use it many times. I really love this tool. Well, and that's the result after bondoing and sanding down everything. It feels smooth so far. I'm really happy with the result. I mean, yeah, it's not that many times I've done this, but the side is looking like day and night before. But yeah, you can see it's not a razor edge cut. It's likely well down there, but overall, because I use the leg levelers, I mean, I will sand this down, but I will use leg levelers so the wood would not touch the floor any longer. Okay, leg leveler action. I'm pre-drilling the wooden blocks just for the spark screws to screw in to not break up the wooden block. And of course too, I will use some super glue just to strengthen up this wood block so it shouldn't go off the cab any longer. And these new leg levelers are from Amazon. Exactly, but you can see how rough the side and everything is now, which you couldn't see, you really couldn't see before. But with some primer you see where you have to redo some work. And also the wood panel which I glued in, you see the imperfection which I need to bondo again. Also at the other side here, it's really rough. And after I've bondoed, I can't remember, I've spray painted I've covered up everything and spray painted the front section. And my mistake was, yeah, I remember now, I didn't use a primer. And you can see every imperfection again. And the structure of the new wood, I should have used some primer to cover that up. But yeah, it's a learning curve in this hobby, and to get it perfect I have to and painting. This color at the bottom, you can see it's much lighter, it's much more brighter. It's called Telegray number 4 in RAL patterns. The strange thing, I had a color code from the color company and put the cap outside to the daylight and matched it with the color code, and it matched perfectly. And when I got the color and painted everything, you can see the difference. It's strange. I realized I had another bottle of Telegray number 4 at home. Tried this one out. Maybe my first one was bad in some kind of way, and it was exactly the same result. It's much brighter. But well, yeah, I think I will keep it now for this, and maybe in the future I will use these stencil arts and repaint the whole sides completely new. And the longer I've worked on the cabinet, the more problems I've found. As I already mentioned, these wooden square strips are all gone except one. So I bought some replacement wood, spray painted it black, and put it into the old former place. A few of them were already missing, but since you could see where they were mounted, I just had to put them in with some glue, and I think with the nail gun too. And here we can see the finished work. They are painted, glued and nail gunned into place, and the distance is absolutely fine. This is the last part where you can see the clamp. So far it's not perfect, but the doors will close, and that's okay. And with this final picture I will close the video as part 1, because I have so many other things and repair I wanna show you, and I think it will get too long in one video. So thanks for watching so far, bye bye, see you.